Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we've got an absolutely wild topic to dive into. The 1978 1-cent coin, a penny that could change your life. You might be thinking, a penny from 1978? What's so special about that? Well, let me tell you, this penny, at first glance, might look just like any other coin, but when you dig a little deeper, you'll find that it has the potential to be worth an insane $1.8 billion. Yes, you heard that right, a penny worth billions. Sounds too good to be true? Stick around, and we'll explore how a simple 1978 penny could turn into a treasure trove that's beyond your wildest dreams. So, grab your magnifying glass, because what we're about to uncover could make you look at pennies in a whole new way. Let's start by looking at the basics. The 1978 1-cent coin, like all modern U.S. pennies, features the famous portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the front, which has been in circulation since 1909. The back of the coin, known as the reverse, shows the Lincoln Memorial, a design that graced the penny from 1959 all the way to 2008. Now, the 1978 penny was part of the regular minting process, with billions of these coins being produced that year. So what makes a typical 1978 penny special? Why could it be worth $1.8 billion? The answer lies in coin errors, specifically, extremely rare minting mistakes that can drastically increase the value of a coin. You see, when coins are being struck at the U.S. Mint, things don't always go according to plan. Sometimes, during the minting process, coins can have errors, like misaligned designs, double strikes, or die cracks. These errors can make a coin incredibly rare and highly valuable. And while most errors are relatively minor, some mistakes are so extreme that they create one-of-a-kind coins worth fortunes. Let's dive into some of the key errors that could make a 1978 penny worth big money. One of the most valuable types of errors is the double die error. This occurs when the design is struck more than once during the minting process, resulting in a visible doubling effect. In the case of a 1978 penny, a double die error could appear on the word Liberty, the date 1978, or even parts of Lincoln's portrait. Double die errors are rare, but they are highly coveted by collectors. If you happen to find a 1978 penny with a double die error, particularly on the date or the word Liberty, you could be sitting on a coin worth $10,000 to $50,000 or more, depending on the severity of the doubling and the overall condition of the coin. But the 1978 penny has a secret that sets it apart. An extremely rare minting error that could push its value into the billions. Imagine this. You've come across a 1978 penny with an off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not perfectly aligned in the minting press, causing part of the design to be cut off or misaligned. The more off-center the strike, the rarer the coin becomes, and in some cases, it could make the coin worth millions. The value of an off-center 1978 penny depends on how extreme the error is. A slight off-center strike might add a few $1,000s to the coin's value, but a severely off-center strike could make it worth hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. If you find one of these extremely rare off-center errors, you're holding on to a treasure. But we're not stopping there. We're just getting started. Now, there's one error on the 1978 penny that is so rare, it's almost like finding a unicorn in the world of coins. And it's called a die cap error. This happens when a coin gets stuck in the minting press, and it gets repeatedly struck until a die cap is formed. The resulting coin can have a strange, distorted shape, with parts of the design completely messed up. These die caps are incredibly rare, and when they do show up, they can be worth millions. If a 1978 penny were to have a die cap error, the value could easily skyrocket into the millions. In fact, some collectors believe that a coin with a die cap error could potentially reach an eye-watering $1.8 billion, the value of the rarest of rare coins. So, Why could a 1978 penny with a die cap error be worth so much money? The answer lies in how extremely rare these types of errors are. We're talking about coins that represent a mistake so unique, they have never been replicated. In the world of coin collecting, this level of rarity is unmatched, and when rarity meets historical significance, the value of a coin can reach heights most of us can't even imagine. So, how do you know if you've found a $1.8 billion penny in your pocket change? Well, the first step is to inspect your 1978 pennies carefully. Look for double die errors, off-center strikes, or any signs of unusual die cap errors. If you notice anything out of the ordinary, it's time to get that coin professionally examined. Once you've identified a potential rare penny, the next step is to have it professionally graded by a certified coin grading service. This is where things get serious. A professional coin grading service will evaluate the condition of the coin, determining how rare it truly is and how much it's worth. Getting your 1978 penny graded will give you the best idea of its value. Coins in pristine condition with major minting errors can command astronomical prices. And if your coin is graded highly, you might just have the next big thing in the coin world. To wrap it up, the 1978 1-cent coin might seem like just another penny, but it has the potential to be so much more. With the right error, like a double die, off-center strike, or die cap error, this penny could be worth millions, or even $1.8 billion. So next time you find a 1978 penny in your change, make sure you take a closer look. You can have a rare treasure on your hands that could change your life forever. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1978 penny and want to learn more about the world of rare coins and their incredible value, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another video like this one. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting. Keep searching, keep collecting, and we'll see you in the next video. Next. Today, we've got something incredible to talk about. The 1997 US 1-cent coin. It might look like just another penny to most people, but there's something special about this one. What if I told you this seemingly ordinary penny could be worth an astonishing $1.3 billion? Yep, you heard that right. A 1997 penny worth billions. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, buckle up, because we're about to dive deep into why this penny could be one of the most valuable coins in existence, and how one small mistake at the US Mint could make all the difference. So, let's explore the world of rare coin errors and see if your 1997 pennies could be worth life-changing money. Let's start with the basics. The 1997 1-cent coin, like all modern US pennies, features Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the front, which has been part of the penny design since 1909. On the back of the penny, you'll find the Union Shield, a design that replaced the Lincoln Memorial in 2010. This shield symbolizes the unity and strength of the United States and represents one of the final designs to be used on the penny before it changed again in recent years. In 1997, the US Mint produced billions of these pennies. After all, it was just another regular year of coin production. However, here's where things get exciting. It only takes a small error during the minting process to turn an ordinary 1997 penny into a coin worth millions, or in some cases, billions of dollars. Now, most of us know that coins are made by striking a blank disc of metal with a design using a die. But sometimes, something goes wrong during this process. These errors can happen when a coin is struck incorrectly, or when there's a flaw in the dies used to stamp the coin's design. These errors can make an otherwise normal coin extremely valuable. And that's where the 1997 penny comes into play. Let's look at some of the most valuable errors that could make your 1997 penny worth $1.30 billion. One of the most coveted errors in coin collecting is the double die error. This happens when a coin is struck twice, and the second strike is slightly misaligned, resulting in a doubling of the design. If you look closely at the 1997 penny, you might notice that the word liberty or the phrase "In God We Trust" appears doubled. This is a double die error, and it's one of the rarest and most valuable types of coin mistakes. Double die errors can vary in severity. Some are very subtle, with only slight doubling, while others are so extreme that the design looks like it's been struck twice or more in different spots. If you find a 1997 penny with significant doubling, especially on key areas like the date or liberty, you could have a coin worth tens of thousands, or even more. In some cases, a highly dramatic double die error could see your penny fetch a price in the millions. But what about the big money? How about a coin worth $1.30 billion? Another type of error that could make your 1997 penny worth huge money is an off-center strike. This happens when the blank coin is not properly aligned in the minting press, causing part of the design to be cut off. The more severe the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin becomes. Imagine this. You find a 1997 penny where the design is barely visible, with large portions of Lincoln's portrait or the Union shield completely missing. That could be the rare mistake collectors are desperate to get their hands on. Off-center coins are extremely rare, and when you combine that with the 1997 date, you have a recipe for a coin that could easily fetch millions at auction. If the off-center error is extreme enough, we're talking about a coin that could potentially be worth hundreds of millions, or even up to $1.3 billion, depending on its rarity and how significant the error is. Let's not forget about die cracks. Another common, but highly valuable, error. A die crack occurs when the metal die used to strike the coins develops a crack or break. As a result, the crack appears on the coins that are struck afterward, distorting part of the design. If a 1997 penny has a prominent die crack, especially across Lincoln's face or through the key features of the reverse, it can be worth quite a bit of money. Die crack errors don't always make a penny worth millions, but they're still highly sought after. The value can range from hundreds to thousands of dollars, and the rarer the crack and the better the condition of the coin, the more it can increase in value. Now that you know what errors to look for, how do you determine just how much your 1997 penny is worth? The next step is grading. Grading is the process of evaluating a coin's condition and assigning it a grade based on its appearance. Coins that are in pristine condition, free from scratches, discoloration, or other wear, will be graded higher and are worth more. If your 1997 penny has an incredible error and is in great condition, its value could skyrocket. A professional coin grading service can help you figure out exactly how much your 1997 penny is worth. Coins graded as MS65 or higher, meaning they're in nearly perfect condition, are the ones that fetch the highest prices. So, could a 1997 penny really be worth $1.3 billion? While that might sound like a stretch, it's not completely out of the realm of possibility. Coins with extreme errors, like double die errors, off-center strikes, or die cracks, are incredibly rare. And when combined with a high grade, these coins can fetch extraordinary amounts at auctions. If you happen to find a 1997 penny with an incredible error, get it professionally graded, and hold on to it, because you could be sitting on a treasure that could change your life forever. If you enjoyed learning about the 1997 1-cent coin and how minting errors can make a simple penny worth millions, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on more coin collecting secrets. Thanks for watching, and keep your eyes peeled for those rare pennies. You never know when you might find one that could be worth a fortune. Keep hunting, keep collecting, and we'll see you in the next video. Next. Today, we have an exciting topic that might just blow your mind. The 2012 US 1-cent coin. Now you might be thinking, it's just a penny, right? What's so special about that? Well, let me tell you, this penny is anything but ordinary. In fact, it could be worth a whopping $727 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. A 2012 penny worth millions. Sounds too good to be true? Stick with me, because we're about to dive into the world of rare coin errors, and this penny could have something very special hiding under the surface. So, grab your magnifying glass, and let's uncover the secrets behind this incredible penny. Let's start by taking a look at the 2012 penny. The U.S. Mint produced billions of these pennies in 2012, and like most pennies made since 1909, the coin features the profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, front side. Lincoln has graced the penny for over a century, and his likeness is a key feature of this 2012 coin as well. On the reverse side, you'll notice the Union Shield, which replaced the Lincoln Memorial design in 2010. The Union Shield symbolizes the strength and unity of the United States, and it's still featured on the penny today. At first glance, the 2012 penny might look like just another regular coin, circulating in pockets and vending machines across the country. However, in the world of coin collecting, things are never as simple as they seem. You see, what makes the 2012 penny special, and potentially worth $727 million, is the possibility of minting errors. In the world of numismatics, coin errors can drastically increase the value of a coin. A minting error happens when the coin doesn't get struck properly in the press. It might sound minor, but some errors are so rare and unique that they can make an otherwise regular coin worth a fortune. So, what kinds of errors could make the 2012 penny worth $727 million? Let's break down some of the most valuable coin errors that could be lurking in your change. First up, we have the double die error, one of the most coveted and valuable types of errors in the coin collecting world. A double die error occurs when a coin is struck more than once, and the second strike is slightly misaligned, causing the design to appear doubled. The doubling can occur on various parts of the design, but some of the most common areas to look for doubling include the date, the word, liberty, and in God we trust. If you find a 2012 penny with strong doubling, especially on the date or the word, liberty, you could be holding onto a rare gem. The value of double die pennies varies, but a coin like this could be worth $10,000, $50,000, or more, depending on the severity of the error and the coin's overall condition. Another exciting minting error that could make your 2012 penny worth millions is an off-center strike. This error occurs when the coin is not properly aligned in the minting press, and part of the design is cut off. The more extreme the misalignment, the more valuable the coin can be. Imagine a 2012 penny with a severely off-center strike, where the design is barely visible, and you can see large portions of the coin missing. This type of error is incredibly rare, and the value of such a coin could range anywhere from thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars, or even more, depending on how off-center the strike is. But hold on, what if I told you that some coins with these kinds of errors have sold for millions? A truly rare off-center 2012 penny could reach upwards of $1 million or more. But the best part? When you find these types of errors, you're holding something that's one of a kind. Next, let's talk about die cracks, another type of error that could make a 2012 penny worth big money. Die cracks happen when the metal die used to strike the coin develops a crack. As the die continues to be used, the crack transfers to the coins being minted, leaving a visible line or distortion on the coin's design. If you find a 2012 penny with a noticeable die crack or die break, especially if it runs through Lincoln's face or across the words on the reverse, it could be worth quite a bit. While die cracks are not as rare as double die or off-center strikes, they can still be valuable, especially if they're located in prominent areas. A die crack error on a 2012 penny could be worth several $1,000s, and if it's particularly dramatic, it might fetch even more. So, you've found a rare 2012 penny with an error. What's next? The next step is to get your coin graded by a professional grading service. A coin's value is heavily dependent on its condition, and the better the condition, the higher the value. A coin that is well preserved and free of scratches, marks, or damage will receive a higher grade and will be worth significantly more than a coin in poor condition. Grading is a process where a certified expert evaluates the coin's details and assigns a grade based on its quality. For a coin like the 2012 penny, you'll want to aim for a grade of MS65 or higher to maximize its value. If your coin is in pristine condition with a rare minting error, it could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, or even more. So, could a 2012 penny really be worth $727 million? Well, here's the thing. The value of a coin like this depends on the rarity and severity of the minting error, as well as its overall condition. If you happen to find a 2012 penny with an incredible error, and it's graded in excellent condition, there's a real possibility it could sell for millions, or even reach the astounding value of $727 million. It's important to remember that coins with minting errors are incredibly rare, and it's not every day you stumble across one. But if you do, you could be sitting on a treasure worth more than most people could ever imagine. So, next time you find a 2012 penny in your change, take a moment to examine it closely. You might just be holding on to a rare minting error that could be worth millions. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about coin collecting and the potential value of your coins, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a deep dive into the world of rare coins. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting for those hidden treasures. Keep searching, keep collecting, and we'll see you in the next video. Next. Today, we're diving into something that's going to totally surprise you. You probably never thought that a 2018 US 1-cent coin, yes, a penny from just a few years ago, could be worth a mind-blowing $2.7 billion. It might sound impossible, but trust me, there's a reason why this coin is making waves in the world of numismatics. In this video, we're going to explore why the 2018 penny could potentially be worth over $2 billion, and it all comes down to rare minting errors. Yes, you heard that right. That simple, copper-plated coin in your change could be a hidden treasure. So let's get into the history, the errors, and the incredible potential value that could make your 2018 penny the biggest find of your life. Before we jump into why this penny could be worth billions, let's first take a quick look at the 2018 US penny itself. The design hasn't changed much over the years. On the obverse, front side, you'll find the well-known portrait of Abraham Lincoln. This image has been part of the penny since 1909, marking the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. On the reverse of the coin, we see the Union Shield, which was introduced in 2010 as part of the redesign of the penny. The shield represents the unity and strength of the United States, which is fitting for the lowly penny, a coin that symbolizes the smallest unit of currency but still holds a lot of power in the world of coin collecting. Now, with over 8 billion pennies produced in 2018, this coin may seem like just another regular penny. But wait, let's explore what makes the 2018 penny different, and why it's one of the most valuable pennies in the market today. As many of you know, most coins are produced without any mistakes. However, from time to time, minting errors happen, errors that can make a seemingly ordinary coin extraordinarily valuable. And when it comes to the 2018 penny, there are several types of errors that could make it worth millions, or even billions. Let's break it down and look at some of the most valuable minting errors that could make your 2018 penny worth far more than face value. First up is the double die error, one of the most coveted and valuable mistakes in coin production. A double die error occurs when a coin is struck twice, and the second strike is misaligned with the first, causing the design to appear doubled. This doubling can appear on various parts of the design, but it's particularly noticeable on key areas like the word liberty or the phrase "In God We Trust." If your 2018 penny shows significant doubling in these areas, you could have a real treasure on your hands. Double die errors, especially those on modern coins like the 2018 penny, are incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. In fact, a well-preserved double die 2018 penny could easily fetch tens of thousands of dollars, and in some cases, prices could climb into the millions. But hold on. What if I told you that there's even more to the value of your 2018 penny? Let's talk about one of the rarest errors that could make your penny worth billions. Next, we have the off-center strike. This happens when the blank metal planchet, the piece of metal that gets stamped with the design, is not properly aligned during the minting process, which causes part of the design to be cut off. Depending on how severe the misalignment is, an off-center strike can result in a coin where part of the image, like Lincoln's face or even the entire reverse design, is completely missing. An extreme off-center strike on a 2018 penny is incredibly rare, and it could make the coin worth hundreds of thousands or even more. If the error is severe enough, it could push the value of your 2018 penny into the millions, or even approach the $2.7 billion mark that we're talking about today. The most valuable off-center strikes are those where a large portion of the coin's design is missing, and when they're in pristine condition, they can fetch astronomical prices at auctions. Imagine finding a 2018 penny that's barely recognizable due to the error, and knowing that it could be worth more than most people's entire life savings. Another valuable error that can occur is a die crack. A die crack happens when the metal die used to strike the coins develops a crack. This crack then shows up on the coins that are struck afterward, often distorting part of the design. A die crack on the 2018 penny could appear anywhere, but it's especially valuable if it runs across Lincoln's face or distorts key areas of the reverse design. Die cracks are not as rare as double die errors or off-center strikes, but they're still highly sought after by collectors, especially when they are large and prominent. A 2018 penny with a significant die crack could easily be worth thousands of dollars, and in some cases, depending on the severity of the error and the coin's condition, the value could rise to the millions. So, you've got a 2018 penny with one of these incredible errors, but how do you know just how much it's worth? The next step is to get it graded by a professional coin grading service. The condition of a coin is everything when it comes to value. Coins that are in mint condition, with minimal scratches and wear, are always worth more than those that are heavily damaged. A professional grading service will assess your coin's condition, and if your 2018 penny is graded highly, like MS65 or higher, its value could increase exponentially. If you find that your penny has one of these rare errors and it's in excellent condition, you could be sitting on a fortune. So, could your 2018 penny really be worth $2.7 billion? While that sounds like a stretch, it's absolutely possible for a rare error combined with high-grade condition to make your penny worth millions, or even billions. Double die errors, off-center strikes, and die cracks are all valuable mistakes that make your penny a potential goldmine. If you find a 2018 penny with any of these rare errors, don't just toss it aside. Get it graded and see if you could be sitting on a life-changing treasure. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, minting errors, and how you could find a coin worth millions, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on a valuable coin discovery. Thanks for watching, and remember, your next coin find could be worth a fortune. See you in the next video. Happy hunting, and keep those pennies in your pocket. You never know which one could be worth a fortune. Next, hey, coin collectors and history lovers, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into something that's going to completely blow your mind. Imagine having a 1918 US 1-cent coin in your pocket. You probably think it's just another old penny, right? But what if I told you that this coin, a simple penny, could be worth over $70 million? Sounds crazy, doesn't it? Well, stick with me, because in this video, I'm going to reveal exactly why a 1918 penny could be worth an incredible amount of money, and how rare minting errors can turn what seems like a normal coin into a collector's dream. This is the kind of story that might just make you rethink what you have sitting in your change jar or coin collection.so. Let's jump into the history, the potential value, and the rare minting errors that could turn a 1918 penny into one of the most expensive coins in the world. Let's start with the basics. The 1918 U.S. penny is part of the Lincoln cent series, which first debuted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Since then, Lincoln has been featured on the obverse front of the penny, making the design one of the most iconic and enduring images in U.S. coinage history. On the reverse of the 1918 penny, we see the wheat ears surrounding the phrase, "Et pluribus unum." This design, known as the wheat reverse, was used on U.S. pennies from 1909 to 1958. The wheat ears symbolize the country's agricultural roots, making this coin a significant part of U.S. history. The 1918 penny is part of a transitional period in American coinage, and while it might seem like just another older coin, it's actually much rarer and more valuable than you might think. Now, here's where things get interesting. As you probably know, most coins are produced without any flaws or mistakes. But sometimes, minting errors happen. These errors can occur for a variety of reasons, like a problem with the die or a misalignment during the striking process. And when these errors happen on a coin like the 1918 penny, they can make that coin worth millions, or even more. Let's take a look at some of the rare minting errors that could turn your 1918 penny into a goldmine. First up is one of the most valuable and highly sought-after errors in the world of coin collecting, the double die error. A double die happens when a coin is struck more than once by the same die, but the second strike is slightly misaligned with the first, causing the design to appear doubled. This is most commonly seen on words like liberty and "In God We Trust," where the letters become distorted and appear shifted. A double die error on the 1918 penny is something collectors go crazy for, and if you find one in good condition, it could be worth a fortune. In fact, some double-die pennies from this era have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and in extreme cases, they can fetch even millions. If your 1918 penny has clear, visible doubling on the design, you could be sitting on an absolute goldmine. But that's not all. There are other minting errors that could make this penny worth an insane amount of money. Next, let's talk about the off-center strike. This happens when the blank metal planchet, the piece of metal that gets struck with the design, gets misaligned during the minting process. As a result, part of the coin's design is cut off. In the case of a 1918 penny, this could mean that Lincoln's face is missing, or part of the reverse design could be completely cut off. An off-center strike is a highly sought-after error among collectors, and the more severe the misalignment, the more valuable the coin becomes. A penny with an extreme off-center strike can sell for tens of thousands, or even millions of dollars, depending on how much of the design is missing. If you find a 1918 penny with a severe off-center strike, you might just be holding onto a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. Another error that could make a 1918 penny incredibly valuable is a die crack. A die crack occurs when the metal die used to strike the coins develops a crack. As the coins are struck, the crack appears on the design, often in the form of a line or distortion. On the 1918 penny, a die crack across Lincoln's face or the reverse design can be highly desirable, especially if the crack is large and prominent. While die cracks aren't as rare as double die errors or off-center strikes, they can still fetch a significant amount of money, particularly if the crack is visibly noticeable. If you find a 1918 penny with a large die crack that runs across Lincoln's face or disrupts the design in a noticeable way, it could be worth thousands, tens of thousands, or even more. Now, here's the next big step. If you think you've found a rare 1918 penny, it's time to get it graded. The condition of the coin is crucial when it comes to determining its value. Coins that are in mint condition, meaning they show little to no wear, are far more valuable than coins that are worn or damaged. Professional grading services assess the quality of a coin and assign it a grade based on its condition. A high-grade coin, like an MS-65 or MS-67, can be worth exponentially more than one in a lower grade. So, if your 1918 penny has one of those rare minting errors and is in good condition, its value could skyrocket into the hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. So, could your 1918 penny really be worth $70 million? It might sound like a stretch, but in the world of rare coins and minting errors, anything is possible. A double die error, off-center strike, or die crack could significantly increase the value of your coin, and if it's in great condition, you could be looking at a life-changing amount of money. If you've got a 1918 penny in your collection, or found one in your change, don't just throw it out. Take a closer look. You could be sitting on a treasure worth millions, and who knows, it could even be worth $70 million. Be sure to get it graded by a professional to see if you have one of those rare minting errors. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, minting errors, and how to spot hidden treasures in your collection, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and remember, you never know what treasures are out there waiting for you. Happy hunting, and we'll see you in the next video. Next. Today, I'm about to share something that'll really blow your mind. Have you ever thought that a 1996 US penny could be worth a whopping $1.22 billion? I know it sounds absolutely crazy, but hold on, because I'm going to explain why one specific penny from 1996 could actually have that kind of value. That's right. A 1996 penny could be worth over $1 billion. Now you might be thinking, what makes this coin so special? Well, it all comes down to the rare minting errors that can turn a simple penny into a coin worth millions, or even billions. If you've got a 1996 penny lying around in your pocket or coin jar, you may be holding on to a rare treasure. So let's dive into the history, the potential value, and the minting errors that could make your 1996 penny worth a fortune. Before we get into the big surprises, let's take a quick look at the 1996 penny itself. Like most modern pennies, it features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, front side. Lincoln has been the face of the penny since 1909, making this design nearly a century old. On the reverse of the penny, we see the Union Shield, which replaced the Lincoln Memorial design in 2010. The Union Shield symbolizes the strength and unity of the United States, and it's a bold, modern design that represents the nation as a whole. Now, at first glance, the 1996 penny may seem just like any other coin circulating in your pocket. After all, the U.S. Mint produced billions of these pennies that year. So what makes the 1996 penny stand out? Well, that's where things get interesting. In the world of numismatics, or coin collecting, there's something known as minting errors. This happens when a coin doesn't get struck properly during the minting process, resulting in a flaw or imperfection on the coin. And these minting errors? Well, they can make a regular coin worth millions, sometimes even billions. So, what kinds of errors could turn a 1996 penny into an incredibly valuable coin? Let's break down some of the most rare and valuable errors that you should keep an eye out for. One of the most sought-after errors in coin collecting is the double die error. This happens when a coin is struck twice, but the second strike is slightly misaligned, causing the design to appear doubled. If you take a close look at the word liberty or the phrase, "In God We Trust," on your 1996 penny, you might notice that the letters appear to be doubled, And that's exactly what collectors want to see. This is a double die error, and it's one of the most valuable mistakes a coin can have. If you find a 1996 penny with strong doubling, especially on the date or Liberty, your coin could be worth tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even more. Some of the most extreme double die errors have been known to fetch prices in the millions. So, imagine finding a 1996 penny with a significant double die error. You could be sitting on a true treasure worth millions. But there's more to this story. What if your 1996 penny had something even rarer, something that could push its value to billions? Next, we have the off-center strike. This happens when the coin isn't properly aligned in the minting press, which results in part of the design being cut off. The more severe the misalignment, the more valuable the coin can become. Imagine finding a 1996 penny where Lincoln's face is only half visible, or even worse, part of the design is completely missing. A coin like this is extremely rare and could be worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions, depending on how far off-center the strike is. But for the 1996 penny, an extreme off-center strike could bring in a mind-blowing amount of money, in some cases, even over $1 billion. Another type of error to look for is a die crack. This occurs when the metal die used to strike the coins develops a crack. As a result, the crack appears on the coins that are struck afterward, often distorting part of the design. If you find a 1996 penny with a prominent die crack, especially across Lincoln's face, it could be worth more than you think. Die cracks are not as rare as double die or off-center errors, but they can still be valuable, especially if the crack is in a highly visible area or is particularly dramatic. A penny with a major die crack could fetch anywhere from several $1,000s to millions, and in extreme cases, even billions. If you think you've found a 1996 penny with one of these rare errors, your next step is to get the coin graded by a professional. A coin's condition plays a huge role in its value, so you'll want to have it graded by an expert who can assess its quality. Coins that are in pristine condition, meaning they have little to no wear or damage, are worth far more than those that are heavily worn or scratched. A coin with a high grade, such as MS65 or higher, can increase its value dramatically. If you found a minting error on your 1996 penny and it's in great condition, it could be worth hundreds of thousands or even millions. But let's take it a step further. What if your 1996 penny is so rare, with an error so extreme, that it could fetch a price in the billions? It's not impossible. If the perfect storm of rarity and condition comes together, you could see a 1996 penny worth $1.22 billion. So, could a 1996 penny really be worth $1.22 billion? While that may sound like a stretch, the truth is, some extremely rare minting errors, especially when combined with a high-grade condition, can fetch truly staggering prices. A double die error, an off-center strike, or even a die crack could all significantly increase the value of your 1996 penny. And when you find a rare and well-preserved penny like this, you could be sitting on a coin worth millions, or more. So, if you come across a 1996 penny in your change or coin collection, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look. You could be holding on to a valuable error that could change your life. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and valuable minting errors, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video. Who knows? Maybe your next coin find will be worth a fortune. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep your eyes peeled for rare coins out there. Happy hunting, and we'll see you in the next video. Today, we've got something extremely special for you. Something that's bound to make you rethink the value of the coins in your collection. Imagine having a 1910 US 1-cent coin, a simple penny that could be worth an unbelievable $7.30 billion. I know what you're probably thinking. That's insane! A penny from 1910 worth that much? But yes, You heard that right. A 1910 penny, when you factor in rare minting errors and its historical significance, could indeed fetch a price so staggering that it might just change your life forever. In today's video, we're going to explore the fascinating history, rarity, and minting errors that make the 1910 penny not just a collectible, but a potential goldmine. So sit tight, because what we're about to uncover is something truly mind-blowing. Let's start by talking about the 1910 penny and its historical context. The Lincoln Cent design was introduced in 1909, and it's still in use today. The coin was created to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth and featured a portrait of the 16th president on the obverse, the front, of the coin. This penny design was groundbreaking, marking the first time a real person, other than Lady Liberty, was featured on a U.S. coin. The reverse side of the 1910 penny features the iconic wheat ears, which symbolized America's agricultural roots. These coins were minted from 1909 to 1958 and are often referred to as wheat pennies. The wheat design, though simple, holds significant historical value as a representation of America's past. Now, if you came across a regular 1910 penny, it wouldn't be worth much more than its face value, just 1 cent. But here's where things get interesting. As with many older coins, especially those from the early 20th century, rarity and minting errors can greatly increase the value. And that's exactly what we're looking at here, minting errors. These errors happen when something goes wrong during the coin minting process. While most coins are produced without issues, errors are inevitable from time to time. And when these errors happen on a 1910 penny, they can lead to coins being worth incredible amounts of money, sometimes even into the millions. Let's take a look at some of the most valuable minting errors you should look out for if you have a 1910 penny. One of the most valuable and coveted errors is the double die error. A double die happens when the coin is struck by the die more than once, and the second strike is slightly misaligned. This creates a doubling effect on parts of the coin's design. For example, you might see doubling on the word liberty or the phrase, "In God we trust." If you spot this double text, you could have a highly valuable coin in your hands. Double die errors are one of the most rare and sought-after mistakes in the coin world. They're especially prized by collectors of historical U.S. coins, and a well-preserved 1910 double die penny can easily fetch tens of thousands of dollars, or even more, depending on its condition. Some of these rare errors have been known to sell for millions, which is why a 1910 penny with this kind of error is considered extremely valuable. But that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to minting errors. Let's talk about some other mistakes that could make your 1910 penny worth millions. Next up is the off-center strike. This happens when the blank metal planchet, the piece of metal that gets stamped with the design, isn't properly aligned with the die when it's struck. The result? Part of the design is missing, and that can make the coin a whole lot more valuable. If you find a 1910 penny with a significant off-center strike where Lincoln's portrait or part of the wheat ears is cut off, you could be sitting on a rare treasure. The more extreme the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin is. In some cases, these types of errors have been sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. In fact, some extreme off-center pennies have even sold for over $1 million. So, if you have a 1910 penny with part of the design missing, don't be quick to dismiss it. It could be worth far more than you think. Another error that could make your 1910 penny incredibly valuable is a die crack. A die crack occurs when the die used to strike the coins develops a crack or a break. This crack then shows up on the coins that are struck afterward. You'll often see die cracks running through the design, distorting parts of the image. In the case of a 1910 penny, if the die crack runs through Lincoln's face or disrupts the wheat design, it could make the coin much more valuable. Die cracks are relatively rare, and coins with visible die cracks can be worth thousands, if not millions, depending on how prominent the crack is. Now, If you think you've found a 1910 penny with one of these rare errors, you'll want to get it graded by a professional coin grading service. Condition is crucial when it comes to determining the value of any coin, but especially a rare one like this. Coins that are in mint condition, with no significant wear, scratches, or damage, are worth far more than those in poor condition. If your 1910 penny has a rare error and is also in excellent condition, its value could be exponentially higher. Some of the most valuable 1910 pennies in existence are those that have been professionally graded as MS65 or MS67, mint state, which can fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars or even more, depending on the rarity of the minting error. A well-preserved 1910 penny with a rare error could easily be worth millions. So, could your 1910 penny really be worth $7.3 billion? Well, while it might sound like a stretch, the truth is that rare minting errors and excellent condition could push the value of a 1910 penny to astronomical heights. A double die, off-center strike, or die crack could all increase the value of this coin significantly, and with the right grading, you could be holding on to a coin worth far more than face value. If you've got a 1910 penny, or if you come across one in your collection or pocket change, don't just overlook it. Take a closer look, it could be worth a fortune. If you spot any of those rare minting errors, get it graded by a professional and see if you've got a hidden treasure on your hands. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more incredible stories and tips on rare coins. Who knows? Your next find could be worth millions. Keep hunting for those treasures, and we'll see you in the next video.